What's up everyone, it's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, and in today's video, I'm back with another episode of Mailbox. This is basically the series where you leave me a question in the comments section below, and I answer it. The first question today comes to us from Chad Ballestino. What do you think about the Final Stand DLC? So there's not much information on it. All we know is it is the final DLC for Battlefield 4. There's a lot of speculation about it, of what it's going to be, what type of maps are going to be in it, and whether we're going to get new weapons, or any weapons at all, in that DLC. So there's no information on it, so I can't really give you details. But what I can say is that I'm sure the guys at DICE will want to go out on a high with Battlefield 4. Going back to Battlefield 3 and thinking about the DLC endgame, they brought in motorcycles and things that you just didn't think you'd see in a Battlefield game, and I think that's going to be the case with Battlefield 4. They're going to experiment a little bit for the next title, and you're going to see things in there that you won't expect. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's move on to the next one, and this one is from Tom Jack. Hey Ice, love the videos, keep up the good work. So my question for the next mailbox is, what are your thoughts on Titanfall not being on PS3 and PS4? I know you've spent a lot of time on the PlayStation consoles and was hoping that you could give us some of your thoughts on this. Thanks. So Titanfall is not going to the PlayStation consoles, which does suck. Again, like Tom said in the message there, I am a PlayStation fan. You know, I am a console fan, I'm a PC fan, but what I am most of all is I'm a fan of games, and the fact that Titanfall as a game isn't on the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 does suck, and here's why. You are literally cutting off 50% of the gaming audience. 50% of players, 50% of gamers are on the PlayStation console, so you're literally cutting off half your audience right there. The reason that Titanfall is not on the PlayStation 3 and PS4 is because Microsoft signed a deal with EA, crossing out PlayStation as one of the recipients of the game to try and attract people to the Xbox 360 and Xbox One. It was supposed to be the console seller, and that's what they did. You know, they just pretty much paid them off, pretty much blocked PlayStation out of the picture, and that's kind of how it happened. And the problem with this for me as a YouTuber is that, you know, I want to get views on my videos, you know, I want to grow my channel and stuff, and if I'm going to be posting Titanfall, and this isn't just for me, this is any YouTuber who goes through this thought process, that, you know, if they're gonna actually post this game, you're not going to get the audience that you would with, let's say, a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, because literally half of the audience is cut off. The PlayStation players could care less about Titanfall. They do not have access to the game, they cannot play it, so they're not going to watch videos on it. So from a creator's standpoint on YouTube, it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of tough to do it there, you know, but it did work previously with games like Halo, not so much, you know, later on when Battlefield and Call of Duty came along, but I think that's more because of Halo was on the way out, not because of it being just on the Xbox. So yeah, that, just keep that in mind. You know, it goes more beyond, you know, just the players. It goes beyond the people who promote the game on YouTube and other websites as well. You know, that you've literally cut off half the audience, so expect less feedback. Next question comes to us from Ironhawk Gaming. Awesome videos always, keep up the perfect work. Here is my question. What's the first game you have ever played, and what's the first FPS game you've ever played? That is a very good question, and I'm not going to lie, I do not know 100% what the first game I ever played was. It was a very long time ago. So, the possibility is that it was on the Game Boy Color, and I played Pokemon Yellow. It was either that or Donkey Kong Country on the Super NES. So my first game I ever played was when I was 4 years old, so that would be 1995, 96, and as I think about that now, that is a long time ago. Like, that's verging on 20 years. That makes me feel really freaking old. Thank you for the question, Ironhawk. Oh, and I didn't answer the other part of your question. The first FPS I ever played, which was Killzone 1 on the PlayStation PlayStation 2, I believe, but I never played online shooters until Battlefield 3. Yeah, a lot of people seem to get surprised about that because, I don't know, people seem to think I'm good at Battlefield and stuff and FPS, but I actually started playing FPS online about 2 years ago, but the first thing I did was I went straight into competitive, so I kind of had an edge above, the average players. I was playing competitive, so when I went back into just normal pub matches, I was a level above, if you know what I mean, and that's no offense to normal players, it's just that when you're playing on a higher level and you go back to the lower levels, that's why I'm able to perform so well when playing pubs. But yeah, the first game was Killzone 1 on the PlayStation 2. I don't know if it was on the PlayStation 1, but yeah, hopefully that answered your question. And the final question comes to us from BJ Rudgy. What a username. And look at his thumbnail pic. It's from the Green Bay Packers. I don't follow NFL much, but I don't know, I thought that was a decent photo. Anyway, his question. Face reveal for 100,000 subs. You know what, sir? You've got yourself a deal. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like, subscribe, and peace.